You may begin speaking now. Ultra rising. Greetings from here all the way to the sun. You feel me? Happy Soul Day, everybody. Happy Soul Day. This is Lord Heka Ra, a.k.a. Solraeljustice, a.k.a. Heka-blac Butterfly, a.k.a. you already know who this is, man. It's no need for no introduction. Man, shout out to everybody. What y'all been doing out there, man? Today we're going to do a quick little check-in. But, of course, we're going to do Soul Day Sermon 19. And I'm bringing that fire, as always, as usual. This lecture is more about encouraging those who can see, their path, their future. This is about encouraging those who sometimes you might gotta make a different shift or a huge shift or a different line in a different path in your life, and you thought you was planning a whole nother path whole time. Now you gotta take another path. This one for y'all, man. So happy Sagittarius season. Shout out to all the Sagittarius out there in the world. If you got a B-Day coming up, or if it's your B-Day now, happy Soul Day to y'all. Happy solar return. I meant to say happy solar return to y'all. Excuse any of the background, y'all. It's live in here today. Good old Soul Day, good energy. I'm just grateful. I don't even care that the voices is loud. I'm just grateful for peace in everybody's heart right now. And I can take that. I'll take peaceful noise over argument any day. You feel what I'm saying? So if it becomes a problem, just tap out and tap in on another lecture. With that being said, I want to say thank you to the great true ones. And y'all already know who y'all are, man. The word gratitude is not even enough. Like, it freaking, it distorts how grateful I really am in real life to everybody's support, everybody's, genuine support, and you know who you are. If you've been checking on me, if you've been answering my calls, or just anything like that, I appreciate you, and I always will, be grateful and beyond for you. Past words. So yeah, let's just get on into this thing. Oh, also, I got the album Poetic Justice, Poetic Verse dropping soon. Yes, it is rawly recorded, but considering the circumstances, it's the project is beautiful, man. The words, the poetic verses, it's just really amazing, and it's definitely meant to bring some spiritual enlightenment and some soul evolution and some personal growth and spiritual development in whoever life, no matter what level of spirituality or what level of self realization that you're on. This will wake something else up in you, or activate a timeline or a thought form or energy of divine love and whatever you need to use it for. Okay, great goodness. That will be dropping soon. I have a few more singles that I'm going to drop. I'm probably going to drop up to about 9 singles. So we've dropped 4 already. So we have about 5 more singles to drop. So after that, the album will be dropped. So it's an album with plenty. Actually, it's an album that's part of a book. So, But make sure y'all tap into my music channel. Check out Awful Prayers. Check out Create Through Me. Check out God Makes No Mistakes. Check out all my Flow. The other one is called Flow, which I love that one. Just go check them out and comment, like, share, do all of that. All right, so let's tap into today's Soul Day sermon, y'all. The title of this is called Something You Need to Know About Your Highest Timeline. Soul Day Sermon 19. This is I want you guys to know. Right? I just want to encourage you. This month, November, that just came, this month marked and brought some of the highest timeline shifts I've ever seen in my entire existence on this planet, in this lifetime, in this body, from this life, from this lifeline and this life source. This is what I was telling you all. It's something that I got to tell y'all, but I can't really tell y'all over the phone. It has to be something like in person and face to face, right? Because it's something that's sacred, and sometimes you can't just share the sacredness with everybody because it's that way. Okay, so November, though, I said a couple of months ago that November is one of the strongest, but one of the most powerful months out of all the months. Okay, if you believe in calendar days or however you operate, I don't know, but being that this is a part of our system right now, it's a part of our reality and how it's directed. So it's important to pay attention to the calendar days and times and stuff like that. But y'all gotta understand that it's a different way to see it in a higher perspective that will give you a greater understanding of the probabilities and the situations that we're dealing with right now at this very present moment. And so with that being said, it was so many power shifts. I like to call them power shifts. It was so many power shifts, natural and unnatural, that was popping off this month. I mean, so many, man, I can't really even explain it, like, for real, in just 15 minutes. So what I'm going to just say is this. The amount of shifts that went on was humongous and beyond great. So highest timelines have manifested and are here, but let me let you know what I mean when I say that. When I say your highest timeline has manifested, this means that you've made the highest choices, but the highest choices don't always yield the easier path. However, it does always yield a greater or something exceedingly way more than what you're asking for or what you're thinking about. Okay, so you're always going to get, so if you obey your higher self, obey your truest self, your authentic self on the path, and doing what your intuition and your heart guides you to do as your highest realms is located within the heart chakra, and you're doing what it asks you to do, and because your human is in alignment with the eternal essence of the self, it's like, okay, you might have to sacrifice something that you might want to do at that moment, but then, like, as soon as you make that decision, another highest timeline manifests, and then now you're in a position to get exactly what you wanted and everything more than you could imagine, way quicker time than you would if you just would have went the other route of not listening or not obeying, so to say, right? And when I say obey, I don't mean it as a way like, oh, somebody's, I mean it like a teacher and a student, right? More like that. Not more so as a servant, right? Because I feel like this. The times of us to so-called be servants is like non-existent. It's more a time to be of service, right? Either you're being of service to yourself or you're being of service to others. And it just fits better that way to me. So trust yourself. Trust yourself for every decision you make, because some of these highest timelines, they're not the easiest. So that means they don't look fun. Like, sometimes when you first get in it, like, the beginning of it is not really looking that fun, right? But the way out is the way in, so you got to be in the actual timeline. And it takes time to build concentration. It takes time to build direction. It takes time to build location. You know what I'm saying? And I really hope that people really can hear what I just said, because there was power in those words and those phrases. And, for example, let's say that there was a decision that you already agreed to make when your higher self to manifest your higher timeline. Let's say when the charges manifest for you to be responsible for and for you to experience, so that you can get to, that highest outcome or that destiny, had to manifest. And for it to manifest, you had to go through a plantation period where you're planted in the ground, however that may look for you. That could look like hibernation. That could look like hermit mode, however the energy may manifest for you in your life, right? But let's say it's something that if you would have known head on, you would have never agreed to, like your human self. You would have never agreed to it, and you would have caused, made a lower decision, and you would have caused a low-key karmic delay effect in your life, right? Because some of these decisions the higher self make, our human self can't really fathom the weight of it, or can't really fathom the ideologies of how the higher self and the eternal self even speaks, because it doesn't operate in such a linear mind frame, in such a linear complexity. It moves in multi-directional, multi-dimensional type of thing. everywhere, at all places, at all times, in all beings, right? So, trust yourself. Trust that these highest timelines have manifested, and they really have, and that some of us, right, I'm telling you because I saw it, and I'm seeing it, right? Some of us can see this happening, and I'm so grateful that I am aware of the shifts and the changes that's occurring right now. And if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But some of us, I just want to encourage you, some of us may be on paths that we created for ourselves, businesses or relationships and stuff that we've been doing for the last 3-4 years, and we are sure that this is the way to go and this is the right direction. However, the higher self has a divine detour. We have a higher path to take. And so now, based on all the shifts, all the accumulation of all the shifts that we just had, you might have to go another route, right? You might have to release that timeline for right now and then go another path. This doesn't mean, I'm starting over all over again. I was putting all this energy to this. I put all this energy to that, in this relationship, in this business, in this way. And I'm not willing to let it go on to this new path. I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay because on this new path, you unlock new spiritual gifts. You unlock new freaking talents and inner geniuses that you have never experienced, that you never knew you can do. You unlock new beauty. And there is beauty in every timeline, as there is a season for every event. And with that being said, let's go to today's scripture, guys, because this is Soday's sermon. So Soday's sermon without a scripture is insane, right? So I'm going to be reading Luke 10:23-24 today, right? So it says, then he turned to his disciples and said privately, blessed are the eyes that see what you see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings wanted to see what you see, but do not see it, and to hear what you hear, but do not hear it. So that's what I'm telling you, y'all. New levels of enlightenment, new levels of self-awareness, new levels of the eternal self has manifested. And some of us are called to make these different shifts. If you're in that marriage, or if you're in that relationship, if you're in that, job, or you are called to make that shift into a higher, better timeline, that remember I told you the highest timelines do yield the highest results, but they are not the easiest decisions to make. And they are not the easiest path. That's the thing. The easiest path don't even get you to where you have or where you need to go. Okay? So being that we are the co-creators of these timelines and these realities, and that they don't happen without our help, we play great parts in our lives. Yes, the higher power and the divine has the greater, strength, and that's why a teamwork make the dream work. You know what I'm saying? So blessed are the eyes that see what you see. There are going to be people around, they're going to say, this don't make sense for you to stop doing what you've been doing all these years. You've been a nurse, so all these years you've been a medical doctor. This don't make sense to stop what you're doing and then now be a holistic health practitioner. This don't make sense to be a musician and now be an artist. This don't make sense to be this and now be a poet. People are going to come to you saying that, but guess what? Blessed are you that have the eyes to see what you see, because you can see the new gifts, you can see the timelines, you can see the direction, you can see the location of where you need to be and where you're headed. So don't let nobody deter you with the stuff they can.
1 minute remaining.
Right? Don't let nobody deter you because they can't see. For I tell you that many prophets and kings wanted to see what you could see, but did not, and to hear what you hear, but cannot. Right? So this vision that the divine has given you, that divine has birthed in, because some of you ask, what am I supposed to do? I'm telling you, it's time to shift. I'm telling you to be prepared. I'm telling you that, change is beyond coming. It is here. I love y'all. Have a blessed day out there. Shout out from here all the way to wherever you are in the world. And may my encouraging message and our voice uplifting you, peace, and enlightening you. We out.